Hello, soul friends. This is Miriam. Welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is going to be about March predictions, the predictions for March. So this is obviously not totally timeless because it's set for the month of March, but it is not set to a specific year. So I'll put it in the timeless sort of section of my playlists, and that will be where you can go, March of any year and find all the Marches, and December and find all the Decembers. This is the first one I'm doing like that, though, so don't go look right now or there won't be anything there. There'll be some holiday ones, but not any month ones. So we're going to start this today. All right, so remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice, or just simply your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. No matter how you look at that, it is healthy and you are in the right place. So these are the cards that we will be using today. I keep forgetting to put a link in for this Lenormand deck that I got on Etsy. It didn't come with a box, so I don't have the information right in front of me. I do go through now and again and do what I call like cleanup homework. Eventually I'll get to it. And then if you ever want to speed me along, you can always be like, what deck is that, Miriam? And I will tell you in the comments section. I will always answer you. Okay. Yeah. So group 1, you are Dalmatian Jasper Heart. Oh. Group 2, you are the Red and Black Heart. Group 3, you are the Snowy Quartz Heart. And group 4, you are Amethyst. All right, go ahead and pause if you need, and we will see you in your individual readings. Bye. Okay, before we go to group 1, a message for the collective came out for all of you. This card popped out. I'm not going to leave it out to clutter the table, so I'm going to put it back as soon as I'm done reading it to you. It says Peppermint, number 33. Take from me what keeps me held back, clearing myself from all that does not belong in the vision of what is to come. So whatever you've been procrastinating in the winter months, I'm feeling this like surge forward, this moving ahead for all of you. So interesting. Good stuff. All right. We will see you in your individual readings. All right, hello group 1. So you picked the Dalmatian Jasper Heart by these kitty cats here. And let's get into your reading all about the month of March. These are the tarot cards we'll be using to check out that energy. And let's just look and see what we get here. We have attitude, but it came out reversed. And I think I'm actually going to honor that. A, because these cards do have kind of a reversal look on their backs, but 2, because like I feel like you're surging forward, and like I don't feel like you have an attitude, but I feel like you're like changing your attitude, if that makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that in the reversal. And then we have Winter Besom, number 43. Sweep away ill intent while creating boundaries. Weaved with protection, a witch respects passages of safety. Yeah, I'm feeling this like very like specific, careful, really being choosy about who you let into your space. That's always a good thing to start doing. And sort of just like letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, anything that doesn't feel like it's doing you good. Yeah. And like losing an attitude, like the attitude, I feel like what you're losing, some of you, I guess, is like this feeling sorry for yourself or blaming other people for things not working out, even if it is their fault. Sitting and blaming them kind of is starting to feel like pointless to you or not something that really matters. And so you're definitely on the right track, like creating a safe space, creating good boundaries. I think that some of you might have an affinity for attracting people that might not have your best interests at heart. You might have said in the past, what am I doing wrong to attract these people into my life, right? And I've been getting that question a lot, and it's interesting because it's a question that I just answered for myself, and it's this it's this idea of like, you're not doing anything really, but like there are certain little things that you do body language wise, speech wise, behavior wise, that can attract more toxic type people to you. And once you figure out that combination, it's like really easy to not attract them anymore. It's really nice. How do you attract nice people after that? I couldn't tell you because I don't care to try, but let me know in the comments if you figured out a way. I'm sure there's people that want to know. Okay. So yeah, but like just shifting this attitude of like, no one can hurt me unless I allow them to hurt me, meaning like if I let it hurt me. Nothing can bother me unless I allow it to bother me. That's the attitude that I feel like you are taking on, and shedding that attitude of, why does this always happen to me? How do these people always find me, etc. and so forth. Okay, so let's look at some more cards, and then I'm going to give some situation details here. It's on its way to you, and I said it's all on its way to you, so no mistakes here. Loosen your grip. Okay, I feel like that goes along very well with this energy here, with this letting go of certain attitudes. I feel like you've already done this, like you're already on your way. And it's just as March progresses, you're just going to get more and more and more and more, more and more better. You're going to get better and better and better and better at it. Okay. We have number 7 with the snake. So what I'm getting with this one is kind of a combo of, what do you want to say? Like, transformation for you, but also like cutting certain snaky people out of your life. Because like snakes symbolize like 2 different things for me, like the good transformation kind of snake energy, and then the bad snake energy, the sneaky, low, deceptive, whatever. Notice how she has all these brooms around her doors. Like she doesn't just have one broom over her door. She's got like a whole border of brooms. That might be something you might want to do, but not necessarily literally. You could do different types of little protection spells around your space. We did a video, I think it was just yesterday, I recorded a video about creating a space for yourself. Kept coming up. Finding nice little unique ways. Why is this little snake all sudsy? Looks sudsy. Maybe it's covered in snow. It's got snow on it. It's a snowy snake. Not a usual thing. A snake in the snow would be very dead, but for the sake of argument, let's say that you're kind of being still and waiting for your time to come. I don't feel you rushing to do anything. It's almost like retreating back into yourself, letting things go, letting people do what they want to do, and just kind of doing you for the month of March. I also see a lot of spring cleaning, that some of you are like, I'm going to purge. Oh, I'm so jealous of you. I try to purge, but I have a thing with dust. And that's what deters me from the purging. Because I'm like, if I touch that pile of stuff right there, I'm going to die and get the worst headache I've ever felt in my life. But if you don't have dust allergies, spring cleaning, I imagine, could be a very zen-like experience. And some of you are going to get on that. Some of you are getting on it right now, even before March starts. Okay, interesting energy. Situations. Definitely feeling like breakup energy. I'm feeling like sort of cozying up with your pets and letting people be people. Okay, I hear music and it was my husband's ringtone. Anyway, so basically you guys are rebuilding your life, rebuilding yourself. Like it feels like this huge surge of like positive energy of like spring cleaning, but like personality cleaning, friend cleaning, lover cleaning, all of that, like cleaning people out of your life, rearranging things at your job or your place, of work, school, projects, whatever it is that you do, that you spend your days doing. Like I see somebody cleaning up like a big hobby table, like a big table where you do crafts and things like that, like clearing that all out, dusting everything. Ugh. and just getting it all nice and cozy. I see people making lists. I see people just really kind of organizing, but organizing in a way that works for you, not doing something that works for other people. Some of you have really long hair. And some of you, that's part of it. Like you're growing your hair out. And by March, it's going to be getting to the point where you want it to be kind of energy. So if you're watching this in March, it's like it just got to where you want it to be and you're like really loving it. Let's get some tarot. Other situation, spirit. Yeah, cutting dishonest people out of your life, or like realizing that the type of people that you attract into your life are not the ones that are aligned with what you are into now. And just really being at peace with like, if I can't find people that are more aligned to what I want, I can just be lonely. But like you don't feel lonely because you're covered with joy, because you're not out getting covered with negative people's BS all over your face, right? Good times. That's why people that are on their own, a lot of times they just are very content. And it's because it's more content to sit at home and not get covered in people's drama, people's negative energy. Even if they don't mean to, they can cover you in that stuff. The Chariot, Victory, just going about your little... I love how he's just like... He doesn't even have an oar. He's just like taking this ride, like going with things, going with the flow. Temperance in reverse. Interesting. There's still something about your energy that needs healing or balance. And that's okay because you're like on your way. I don't even want you to beat yourself up about this. This type of stuff that you're doing here is going to lead to this flipping around, okay? And healing coming and things falling into place, etc. and so forth. So yeah, I'm not even going to like lecture you about things still needing healing. I think you know they are. It's going to be kind of like dominoes, right? Like you figure out a way to heal one way, and then it's like a domino effect, and you just start feeling better and better and better as you move forward. And situations get easier and easier and easier to deal with. Answers come faster and faster and faster. I don't usually repeat things 3 times, so I feel like that's a guide coming through. Okay. We have Knight of Swords. 4 of Swords. Uh-oh. 7, yeah, okay. And Queen of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, part of this boundary setting that you're doing has to do with the fact that you're cutting certain people out of your life, and rightly so. So, your guides are showing that somebody from your past is going to reconnect with you or try to reconnect with you, but their intentions are not good. They really haven't changed, even if they say they have. They've been out of contact with you for quite a while. And when they come back in, your guides are saying that it's very important to call them out on their ish. Unless they're like a violent person, then you're going to make them mad and they're going to come after you and chase you around like Russell Crowe in that movie. Don't do that. But, you know, if you're in a safe place and you feel like it's okay, your guides are saying that Queen of Swords energy to really tell them how you feel. For those of you who are not getting a call from somebody from your past, there's going to be different tests that come up from your past to test you. So things that you are learning now, then the universe is going to throw tests at you. And it's not to punish you. It's not to prove that you're unworthy in some way. It's to help you refine your skills. Okay, you've already passed. Now you're putting things into practice. Okay, so that is a message coming through for you guys as well for the month of March. There might be things that come up. And even beyond March, it feels like this is going to be like a lifelong thing for you to just keep and continually keep speaking your piece. But it feels like there's going to be like either a big thing that you do in March where this is something that you triumph in. And you're going to be like, oh, look what I did. I'm getting better. I'm like doing exactly what I was setting out to do. Okay. That's also coming through with March. Let's look at some good things that happen in March. Let's look at relationships. Yeah, I feel like the relationships are kind of up in the air because that's mainly the thing that most people are clearing out of their space is like relationships that aren't working for you anymore. I feel you clearing out, and this is like good advice as well. Clear out anything that doesn't give you that Nine of Cups energy. Just get rid of it. Why is it there if it's not giving you this? Because I feel like there's lots of stuff in your life that does feel like this. It's like that book. Ugh, and slap me if you need to, but that book where they teach people to get rid of their their junk in their house by like getting rid of any objects that don't give you joy. If it doesn't give you joy, even if you think you might need it sooner or later, you need to get rid of it or whatever. Like if it doesn't give you joy, or if it's not something that you absolutely have to like function, then gone, right? And then you declutter your house and you're surrounded by things that you can spend more time with that give you joy. That's something that your guides are showing is like with your relationships is like you really cutting out anybody that doesn't give you joy. Like you're going to get maybe even to the point where you cut out more people than you necessarily need to. I'm not saying that you're going to regret doing that. Like, I feel like it's going to be liberating, but sort of like, and not necessarily like breaking up with people face to face, but like little things like going through your Facebook or your social media lists and being like, why is this person in here? I don't even know who they are. But I know that every time they post something, I get kind of ticked off, like what, let's get it out of there, right? That kind of like energy. Like, why has this box of whatever been sitting here for 6 months? And every time it's here and I have to maneuver around it, I get ticked off. So I'm just going to get rid of it, right? That kind of energy is what I see you moving towards with your relationships, right? Let's keep looking at relationships. Yeah, there's that past energy of somebody coming back again. And that eye, that was the same eye that came up before. Yep, see, look. Your guides are looking out for you. Okay, let's keep going here. And 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, spending more time with family. A soul family. If the real family is the problem, then you have soul family. And that can even just be pets, y'all. That can just be your friends on TV if you're a solitary person like me. Like, yes, I have a husband, but he travels. Yes, I have cats, but they're silent. They don't clean the house. They don't do stuff like that. They don't argue with me either, which is kind of nice. Sometimes they kind of do. But yeah, spending time with those people. Some of you might have a mouse or a rat pet or like some kind of little rodent that you keep in your house. That's like your best friend. Like, yeah, just hanging out with yourself, creating a nice space. We talked about creating a space before. Let's look at career for March. Oh, the Emperor. So March is looking good for career. Queen of Wands. Very nice. And 3 of Pentacles. Okay, excellent. 3 of Pentacles is like the happy coworkers card. It's like you getting along well with people at work, them listening to you, simpatico, everybody's doing what they need to do, and progress is being made. Actions are being taken. Your guys are saying go ahead and take those actions that you want to take because they're going to pay off well. There's some more eyes of the guides looking over you. Some of you might have a cat. Your cat's going to be doing really well. I love how the cat has a little striped tail and not the rest of it is striped. I have a cat that, well, actually I have a few cats that have tails like that. Okay, well, let's go ahead and look at, yeah, getting on well at work, like maybe taking on a leadership role, taking action towards something that you've been wanting to. You've got the green light for that. And that your coworkers and you are going to be in a good place together. You're going to be having good times at work in the month of March. Okay, so we did relationships, career, health. I just got a really sharp ring in my right ear. What do you want to say? And who do you want to say it to? You got to tell me in a way that I'll understand. In a way they'll understand. Okay, something about somebody's health is really important, so Pay attention. We have Ace of Wands. Okay, a light coming on in the dark, some kind of an answer. Six of Wands, being surrounded by love and admiration, and maybe even getting people to throw you a party. You're not getting them to, they just do. And then Eight of Wands, fast, wonderful change. I feel like some of you are embarking on some kind of a treatment. And it looks like that's going to go well. Remember, I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Don't use me for medical advice that a doctor should give you. But it looks like things are going well, especially if you are seeing a doctor right now. Like that things are going to go well in March and continue to go well. Fast, positive change when it comes to health. And answers coming very quickly, and people gathering around you and maybe celebrating with you, having victory. Yes, this is a victory card. Fast, positive, wonderful change. Cool. Spirituality, you guys. Queen of Cups. Ooh, feeling, yeah, this journey that you're embarking on, like there's nothing better than feeling self-fulfilled and cleaning out the crud around you. I was going to say draining the swamp, and then I was like, gross, because that sounds like something that politicians say, but then they never drain the swamp, or they drain it and then they're like, look at all the stuff we found. Deal with it, everyone. We're not going to do jack squat about it. And you're like, cool, I would expect nothing less from y'all. But anywho, feeling very emotionally fulfilled because of the hard work that you're doing, because of the peace that you're creating for yourself, that safe space and that happy space, like cleaning your space and organizing it and making everything so nice. The moon, your intuition is going to be good. And yes, you're cutting out people who have been deceptive towards you. If they were deceptive before, I definitely feel with this group that they would be again. So don't give anybody any more second chances, group one. And just take it one day at a time. You're doing great. You don't have to solve all of life's problems right here today, right? This is all for the month of March. You've got so many wonderful things coming. You're just chipping away at it, taking it one day at a time and just getting better and better as each day goes forward. I don't remember who said the little quote, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Like, that's what I keep feeling. We said that earlier too. You're getting better and better and better. I said things a lot in threes. I don't usually do that. So that kind of makes me feel like you had a guide telling you things like ×3, good thing ×3. March is also the third month of the year. On this calendar, I've been hearing crazy things on the internet, though, about it not being the true calendar. Have you guys heard that? Let me know in the comments section. I love conspiracy theories. Let me know if you ever want me to do readings on conspiracy theories and if they're true or not. And then I'll lose, a bunch of people because they'll be like offended by Anyway, it's great to see you guys. I hope this was helpful. If it was, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hello, group 2. So if you pick the little black and red heart, I feel some pain coming from you. What happened, group 2? Did somebody do something mean and hurt your feel bad, real bad? Let's look and see. We have Weather Divination 42. I trust in what I feel. For what I feel are signs to pay mind to. Okay. Some of you are 42 years old. Some of you are really bummed out about the weather where you are. Like maybe you're in one of the areas that gets a lot of snow, or maybe you're in an area that doesn't usually get a lot of snow, but this year you got a lot of snow. Maybe that's something that happened. I'm also feeling fox energy, wolf energy. I can never tell which one's which. What does that say? Thunder? That said blunder for a second. Thunder. No clue. Food. Tool. Good. Any ideas on that one, everybody? Looks like Evanor. I don't know. Okay. Well, I tried. All right. So, oh my God. I was so busy with what's going on there that I was like, what's going on? Okay, so we have this pain feeling. I feel like you've gone feral, group 2, in some way. Like you were like unleashing this like really ticked off. Like, I'm not saying you don't have a right to be. I'm just saying it's intense. Like you're unleashing, like look, even the little tail is like, yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Let's go. I'm not laughing to make light of the situation either. I'm one of those people that like if I was doing a seance and the chandelier exploded, I'd laugh like that. I'd be like, oh, this sucks. We're all gonna die. That kind of laughter is what I'm giving you today. I hope that that's understandable. Wow. I trust what I feel, for what I feel are signs to pay mind to. It's like there's no talking you out of it either. Interesting. So the month of March, you're like on a rampage. This is quite different from group 1, who was like in this tranquil, serene place. So if you want to find some tips on how to get to that place, maybe there's some group 1 stuff for you. Yeah, it's like I've got this like feeling like, don't you mess with me? I'm not effing around. Like I'm hearing all these things. Listen to the thunder is like a quote from Deadwood that is like told as a warning. Like, do you hear thunder? You listen to it. You know, like you better listen to what's going on around you. Like you're in the real deep S now, you know, kind of like energy, but no fear. This is like a don't mess with me. Like they should be afraid of you. Woe to anyone who is not. Oh my goodness. This little white bird sitting on your chest, like they want to calm you, but you've got this stuff coming out of the thunder is coming out of there, you know, but there's good there too, maybe, or food, or whatever those words say. Hang on, I'm going to pause this and look in the book and see if they tell us. Quite cryptic. Let's see, 42. Why don't we read it to you? Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. This writing's very small. I trust in what I feel, for what I feel are signs to pay mind to. Keywords: focus, paying attention, interpreting signs, trusting what you feel. Okay, I'm just going to read it because I'm never going to find it just looking for it. Okay, divination. Rarely, if ever, delivers clear-cut signs, so it's up to you to learn how to piece things together to tell the most accurate story. This is something to be learned over time, of course, but it's also an innate gift you must possess so you have the confidence to know what's right or wrong. This card suggests the need to watch your situation closely. Knowing others are watching you just as intently, you are likely experiencing many moving parts and require a great deal of focus and attention. Many things may fall through the cracks in the coming weeks. If you aren't careful, you may need to give a little extra effort for a time until things settle down. But just as with divination, you need some room to release perfectionism. Do the best you can while understanding that mistakes are unavoidable. Others will respect your efforts as long as you are honest and willing to acknowledge you may not have all the answers. If you're worried about how your situation will play out, drawing the card means there isn't a clear answer just yet. Trust that if something feels off, then it probably is. Okay. I don't feel like they told us much there. I feel like with those like words not totally being understandable up here, that they're kind of doing this thing where they're talking about like all the pieces are forming together yet just right to give you the answers that you need, etc. and so forth. I'm feeling a lot of a toxic work environment or toxic people at work, toxic situation at work. I'm feeling this battleground feeling, and we I had a video last night where it was just the same type of thing where like you don't just go to work and do your job. It's like you go to work and you deal with so-and-so's crap, and you don't go to work and you deal with so-and-so lying, and you go to work and deal with so-and-so trying to take your job or like undermine you. You go to work and have so-and-so telling everybody about your business, your personal life, because you live in a small town, or you live in, you work in a small company and everybody's up in each other's business. Definitely read. I think you should go back and watch group number 1 for some tips on how to get some tranquility into your life. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I feel like you're in a situation and you have to be this tough. And somebody did something to you recently that this coming month, you're like, things are out. I am not putting up with any BS. Like, it's so hard not to cuss right now. It almost looks like her knuckles are bloody, or maybe she's doing something nice like holding a rosary, but to me it almost looks like she's got bloody knuckles, like she hit a wall, or something, that kind of thing. So the month of March, it's like you're preparing for battle. I also feel some like divorce court vibes. I'm feeling some ex messing with your life vibes. And that can be an ex that's romantic, or an ex-friend, an ex-family member, an ex-person in your life, an ex-business partner, etc. All right, let's see what other advice your guides have for you in March. It's in the bag. Okay. So at least since you're in this beast mode, it looks like it might pay off for you. We also have stop ruminating. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's in the bag so you don't have to ruminate anymore. Okay, I get that. I understand. Yeah, if it's in the bag, you don't have to ruminate as much, right? Also, maybe don't overkill. There might be a message about that depending on what the situation is for each of you. Some of you might be like, I owned this overkill. And of course, I'm speaking metaphorically. I'm not talking about actually unaliving anyone, but yeah, like there's some of you might need to, once you achieve your victory in March, like pull that monster back a little bit. My goodness, the energy, I'm like taken aback by how beast mode you are. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just like, whoa. Okay, let's look at number 9, the bouquet. The bouquet is also about getting like what you want, things happening in a pleasing way. So it looks as though March will be a success, but it's like you're ready to go. Like I feel like some of you might be in like a high competitive like type of job where you have to go into beast mode to get the job done. Like that could be like even not even just like sales and things like that, but other kinds of like really aggressive type professions. Like it could be physically aggressive. It could be, like if you're in law enforcement, you could be working on like a really big case, or like getting ready to really take somebody down. I don't know. People live really interesting lives. I'm just not one of them. Let me know what you do for a living in your comment section. I want to know what's going on with you. Why are you in beast mode? What is going on? I've got X vibes. I've got company vibes. I've got court vibes. But yeah, don't ruminate. They're saying don't ruminate. Don't be like, oh, poor me. I've been watching The Sopranos for like the 900th time, and Tony Soprano is like this very like effective like mob boss, but at the same time he gets kind of hung up on his like emotional side. I feel that kind of, not like you embody everything about that character, because it's not like he's like a good person or anything, but like I'm feeling those similarities. He popped into my head for a reason. So it's like there's a message there. It's like this idea of, yeah, he ruminates. He ruminates about, self-pity and things not working out in his favor, and, in a sense, kind of complaining, or, setting things back because he complains or he ruminates too much. Ruminate is a perfect example of a word that makes all the other words that are synonymous with it sound bad, but ruminating doesn't sound that like I'm attacking anyone. So anyway, sheesh. All right, let's look at your relationships. for the month of March. Beast mode, my gosh. Yeah, Ten of Cups. I got a lot of divorce court vibes, like, but you're going to come out on top, I guess. Or at least like you feel like you will. Seven of Cups in the reverse as well. And the Devil in the reverse as well. Very clear. So like something's over for a lot of you and your emotions are not all over the place anymore. They are fixed and focused. And you are not going to be held down by somebody else in any capacity. So whether that's romance, professional, whatever. This is like you're cutting your way to freedom, baby. Don't cut anything for real. No violence, people. You know, if you do, don't call me from jail. And be like, I did it because of your reading. Don't do that. Yeah, like relationships are like, be good or be gone, you know, like, and that's fine. I definitely feel like there's also, yeah, some messages in group one. I just start saying, I said this last video, I need to start saying to group one, like, there's probably messages in everything for you, because I always end up saying there's lots of messages here for this other group that I did earlier. Yepper depper. Everybody does that, but still, I just noticed it. Now I'm like, oof, I'm hyper fixated on it. All right, let's look at some more stuff. Let's look at career, finances and career. King of Wands in reverse. Three of Pentacles. And the Page of Wands. You're holding back, but it's for a good reason, but you haven't told anyone yet. Or this is what's going to happen in March, and it hasn't quite happened yet, depending on when you're watching this. You're going to hold back an action. It's going to have wonderful results, but when you do it, it's not going to look like that to other people, and you might get a little bit of like resistance. But I feel like you're going to flow through it with confidence and get it done. Seeing like, you know, court cases. I'm seeing prosecutions. I'm seeing, you know, custody. Lots of like legal stuff. But you, again, feel very confident for the month of March, and like you have good reason to feel confident. And I think that you're probably, most of you are just here for confirmation of some kind, because everything is looking so dug in. You have reason to feel confident. Okay, now we're going to look at your health. Oh, nice. So celebrating with some friends, having some drinks. You're healthy enough to have a few drinks, it looks like. The Chariot, victory. Yeah, celebrating victories in March. And just really, yeah, letting those emotions. Notice the Seven of Cups was upside down too. I'm not taking that as a bad thing, like losing joy or losing. It's like being like paw with emotional stuff. Like anything that gives you any emotional unrest, you're like, nope. And that is actually really good for your health. Sorry for the driving drunk thing. I'm not drunk right now, just so you know. But anyhow, yeah, victory, just skating through and like not letting anything drain your emotions the way it was happening before, like not putting any stock in your emotions. Even if something feels like it's going to upset you, you're like, psh, forget about it. And I'm not saying that everybody should cut off their emotions. I keep hearing this school counselor that I used to work with that would get like, I'd be like, yeah, man, if you want to sleep, friggin' sleep, if that's what's helping you. And she'd be like, but not too much. I'm like, oh, don't undermine me. And then like, you know, the whole time I was saying whatever I said, she's like, don't undermine me, right? Like I was the counselor. She's undermining my counseling I'm trying to do, even though that's not even my job. All right, let's look at spirituality and esoteric matters. The High Priestess in reverse. The King of Swords in reverse. And the Four of Pentacles. So a little bit of stuck energy around spirituality in March. Not surprising when you're in beast mode and you're dealing with really real physical life things like court and health, and those types of things. So I feel like, spirituality in March is just going to kind of take a back seat, and that's okay. I feel like the messages in group 1, I don't think that your situations are going to match per se. I don't remember what the situations were already, even though it was just like 10 minutes ago that I did it. But there was a lot of like things that group 1 is going to be doing in March that is going to bring them peace, and things that they're already doing. And so it might be some tips in there that will help you with your spirituality or help you feel spiritually sound, etc., and so forth. Yeah, I feel like you are just waiting for the right moment to strike. And you've got March in the bag. Yeah, like you are focused. You're going to take care of what's yours. All right, group 2. Well, enjoy your beast mode next month. I think that you will be very successful in all the things that you try to accomplish. Don't hurt me. Good for you. Oh, beast mode. Okay. Don't hurt me. All right. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comments section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3. So let's look at your little snowy quartz. I think some of you really like winter. Maybe you're sad around March time because winter is going away. I can relate. I didn't get to winter this year, and I'm very sad about it. I wanted snow. I wanted snow at Christmas time. I barely got any. It makes me real sad. Anywho, I also hate the heat. So there's that too. All right. So let's go ahead and look at what is going to happen with you in March. We have Grimoire 24. Keep what is sacred near you, for it is only to be shared when you are ready. You have news or things going on in your life that your guides are saying to keep to yourself during the month of March. I feel like big announcements like births, pregnancies. She looks a little bit pregnant. Also about hiding recipes or keeping recipes to yourself, keeping spells to yourself, keeping plans to yourself in the month of March. Stealthy. Be pleasant and open to those around you, but you don't have to tell them what you're up to. If it is hard and feels hard not to spill the beans to people about what you're up to, you can always pretend like you're a secret spy. And maybe that'll help some of you. So keeping a secret, you could tell this little mouse or this little rat, what you got planned. But yeah, it feels like things at work, pregnancy, like big life plans that people always have opinions on, recipes that you're coming up with, ideas that you have for moving forward, content ideas. All those good things. Your guides are saying, shush, shush, shush. Don't tell anybody. Just work in secret. Tell somebody like a mouse or a pet. Somebody that's not going to... Cats don't narc. Tell your cat. Or your dog. They don't really narc either. Drug dogs kind of narc, but they're trained to do so. And I'm pretty sure you didn't train your dog to narc on you. So, up a tree. Ew. Okay. So, not gonna lie, you might have some group 2 messages, although they're in a different place of like beast mode. You're in like a stealth mode. A cat up a tree can be stuck up a tree by something, right? But this kitty cat isn't looking down in fear. This kitty cat's little tail is dangling, and it's just waiting and watching. I feel like you are in stealth mode. There's beast mode in group 2, stealth mode in group 3. Biding your time, making little plans. Yes. What does that say on that tree? Ugh, there's stuff in it written in the cards on the last one. Let me know if that says anything to you in the comments section. To me, it looks gibberishy. Okay. Going along. Yeah. And I got an image of a silver cat. A silver cat is a mythological, maybe real mythological cat that is known in the Northwest. Like the old Northwest miners would tell stories about this cat. So like think Northwest, like Oregon, Idaho, Washington, Montana. And the silver cat would hide up in a tree, but it has this long like rat tail. We talked about rats a second ago. And its rat tail has this bulb on the end of it that is very hard and spiky, and it knocks you unconscious. And then it has spikes on the other end of the bulb that hooks into you and drags you up into the tree, and then it eats you. And I'm not saying that's going to happen to you. I'm saying that you're the silver cat, my friends. You're the one that's making these little plans on your own. And you've got like a wish coming. You're plotting and doing things. If you have a legal thing coming up, definitely group 2 is something that you're going to want to look into. I like doing pick a card readings because I can say whatever I want and be like legal stuff, health stuff, and then just say I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, don't listen to me. Whereas like when I'm at work on platforms, I have to be really careful and just flat out refuse to give predictions in certain circumstances. Same thing with pregnancy. There's a pregnancy thing going on here too. Interesting. Some of you I feel like are hiding a pregnancy, or you know you're pregnant but you haven't told anyone yet, and March is not the month to do it. Pshaw. Wait, did I say that was a rat? Y'all, I'm pretty sure this is a Furrigan frog. No, that's a rat. I don't know. The rat frog. The rog. The frat. I don't know what it is. Interesting. Yeah, telling your secrets to the dead. I need to like start living somewhere where there's like a mausoleum, that I can walk through and like talk to the dead people there, and they won't tell anybody my secrets. But yeah, like making little plans. I'm seeing the word Fender, even though it's not really there. Some of you might play a Fender guitar, or Fender might be your brand of guitar that you like, or there might be something about Fender that is popping into your mind or part of your life. Some of you might be 24 years old, or the number 24 might be significant to you in some way. The 24th of March might be significant to you. Making plans, not telling people your secret little secrets. Being stealthy. Those are the messages coming forward for you for March. I don't even see the situations as well. Something about somebody's in a school. Somebody's in a court setting of some legal setting of some kind. Somebody's at home, but you're all being very tight-lipped, and you guys are saying to keep doing that, to hold on through March. Don't say anything. Visualize your desire. Yes, yes, yes. Cut through to find clarity. Yes. You don't need any witnesses to your greatness in March. You're just going to get done what you need to get done. Projects that you're working on, ideas that you have. We had the recipes and the content ideas. Not telling anyone. I feel like some of you need to be so secret because there's actually people out there that would snatch something out right from under you. And you know it. If you don't know it and you're like, who's doing that to me? Don't worry, it's not you. But still be quiet through March. 22 crossroads. Yeah, you're at a crossroads, but see how it's like a big circle, like a roundabout? I feel like you have so much opening up to you because of these plans that you're making. Oh, I like it. Group 2? Is it group 2 or are you group 3? Oh, heck if I know anymore. It looks like you're group 3. Because I'm looking at Yep, the other hearts that I had earlier are back behind the cats, and then yours is right there. So that makes you group 3. Look at me figuring stuff out. Good for me. Okay, I'm cutting through to find clarity, as are you. Yes, 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 it's so good. Visualize your desire because you're getting it. 22 is also about balance. You're going to get what you want. Whatever spells you're doing right now, whatever you're putting out in the universe, this is a perfect time. March is the perfect time to be doing that because it's going to work out for you. You're going to get what you want. But don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. That's the part is the big secret. I feel like that might be a big challenge for some of you. And sorry, I hiccuped. And I'm not even a judge. Because I have a hard time keeping myself to myself. It's something about me that I cannot stand and that I can't figure out how to fix it. And it's like, just shut your mouth, Miriam. That's how you do it. Okay. Shut your mouth about your plans. Let's see. Let's look at your relationships in March. Yes. 2 of Wands. So those of you who are in relationships, like romantic-wise relationships, 2 of Wands is a good thing. I'm also seeing it be a good thing for March in the sense of like you're on the cusp of doing something great. I also see that like 22 kind of reminds me of 11:11 for some reason, and there's a reason, but I can't think of it right now. And like the 2 sticks next to each other look like an 11. 6 of Wands, being recognized, being doted after even. Having victory in your relationships. So yeah, like partnerships are going, like romantic relationships are going very well. Other relationships are also going quite well. Like a partnership is going well. You're at the start of something great. You're getting admired by those around you in your relationships. You feel stuck about something. There's a choice you have to make. It might be a choice between 2 people for some of you. And March might be that time where it's like you're not quite ready to make that change or make that choice, but you know that it's coming. Your guides are showing that you will have the strength to make that happen during the month of March. But of course, everything is up to your own will and your own ability to take action. Lots of wand action, so that's a very action-oriented card. Same thing with the strength card. 2 of Swords isn't very actiony. However, the swords are also about what's in your mind and what's in your words. And so this is also kind of don't tell anybody. Keep everything to yourself. And I feel like it's hard for some of you. And I feel like some of you like to speak things into existence. So just find like a teddy bear, find a mouse, find something quiet that you can tell your plans to. That's something that won't conspire against you. Okay, now we're looking at career. Yeah, being rewarded for hard work that you've kept to yourself. I feel like some of you are coming up with like an idea, like a patent or like, like recipes or a menu or like something along those lines. It's like a big cutting edge deal, a big idea. A design line, whatever, an app. You're going to be rewarded for that hard work. See? Abundance, especially small business owners or people who work by themselves. This is very, very good news for you. We also have King of Swords overcoming challenges at work in March. And 3 of Wands, getting what you've been waiting for, the future looking bright. Good career energy, group 3. Okay. I also just saw the bottom of the deck and it's the Tower in reverse, which would also be like building up something, not tearing something down, but building it up. Let's go ahead and look at health. Health and thoughts. Oh my goodness. Anything you're worried about happening will not happen. You're being watched over. This is all about fear of abandonment, fear of missing out, fear of what's the noun form of being ostracized? Fear of being ostracized. Now I have to look that up because I can't think of it right now. If you don't use it, you lose it, kids. When it comes to those language skills. If you're worried about something about your health, please go see a doctor. But based on this, it's like whatever you're worried about is not going to be real. And so like going to a doctor to get that confirmation, right? Or going to a doctor and finding out that something was real, but it's going to be really easy to fix now because you came in so early. Those are all things that I'm hearing. So go see a doctor. But I'm looking like the stuff you're worried about in regards to health will not come to pass. This could also be true for somebody that you know, whatever is going on in your mind about health. And there's somebody out there, I think it's like you've been doing like quizzes and tests to find out if you have some kind of a mental health disorder. Again, go see a doctor, but like if you're worried that you're a narcissist or something, like probably not, because a narcissist that's fully clinical probably wouldn't even ask themselves that question. Same thing with sociopaths and psychopaths. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a doctor, so go see a doctor. But it looks like whatever worries you have are not going to come to pass. So let's, in March at least, let's go ahead and keep going with health. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. The Sun in reverse. And 8 of Cups. Okay. I feel a lot of worry around health, and I think maybe there might be like some health anxiety in this group. Like there might be people that kind of like right now I have a raspy throat, you know, and I know it's just because I'm allergic to everything in the air, and that has created, you know, a raspy throat. But some people might be like, I have a raspy throat. Is it cancer? Oh no, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh, it keeps getting worse. That kind of anxiety, that health anxiety. Feeling like there's something wrong, just waiting around the corner to get you. Your guys are saying during the month of March to try to work through walking away from that there's not anything bad that's going to happen. Okay. That even your gray skies are going to end up sunny eventually, and you just need to walk away from that worry. And March is a good month to practice that because you're going to have some good news coming in. And when that news comes in, and you find out you did the right thing by going to see a doctor, right? Because you're going to do that because I'm not a doctor. You're going to feel a lot better. Okay, so go to the doctor in March if you're worried about something. Okay, let's look at your spirituality. Feeling a little stuck there. There was some energy like that in group 2 as well. 7 of Wands. Feeling a little ganged up on. Knight of Swords. And 8 of Wands. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so what I'm seeing here with feeling stuck, your guides are saying that like it's just because you're dealing with so much stuff in life during the month of March that your spirituality is kind of taking a back seat, but at the same time, because you're dealing with so much, that is shaping your spirit regardless. There's not anything extra you need to be doing other than just doing the things in life that you need to do to get through. And that will help shape your spirit faster than you sitting there on a lily pad, meditating, trying to figure out the universe's plan for you in the month of March. You can go ahead and take a break. Don't beat yourself up over it. I kind of feel the same way about like if you haven't been working out, that would be something that would actually be more sufficient, or working out in a sense of like working out your vocals, like going out and singing karaoke or singing in your car or singing in front of an audience if you're a singer, going out somewhere private and yelling or doing something along those lines, like recording an angry rant into a recorder and then deleting it after you listen to it, something along those lines. Some kind of an acting out or a working out of some sort during the month of March will help you spiritually without you having to actually like sit and meditate and wonder and ponder and all that stuff. Because I feel like your mind won't really go there this month when it comes to that. Okay, any other advice, spirits, for the month of March for group 3? You're on your way to good stuff. You should be celebrating during or by the end of March. Anything bad that's been happening is a cycle that will come to an end. So just be happy. Yeah. Okay. With that, I shall leave you. If this is helpful, tell me how in the comments section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box, my friends. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hello, group 4. So if you picked the purple heart, I just heard that Purple Rain song by Prince. That might be significant to you in some way to let you know you're in the right spot. I put the cards upside down, so Hierophant is also here for some reason, so we'll look into that as well. Okay, let's look here. We have Incense, 28. Allow the smoke to reveal the truth, clearing the haze while lifting the fog. 28. Some of you might be 28 years old. The 28th of the month might be significant to you. Of March. Some fox energy there. It's about like brain. Some of you might work with incense. Although I recommend using it outside because it's very, very, very full of carcinogens. Just so you know. Okay. Allowing the smoke to reveal the truth, clearing the haze while lifting the fog. There's something that you, like a truth that you need to see that maybe you've been avoiding. The truth about maybe a person, the truth about maybe a situation at work. Something about the truth on where you stand, and like the truth might be hurtful. And so I feel that being an obstacle coming towards you in March. And your guides are saying to look at the truth unflinchingly, to get a reading, what you're doing, to, you know, scry smoke if you're a smoke scryer, that kind of deal. Fix you. Oh. Yeah. I feel like you've been in this group has been in a long situation with somebody that has not been good. Whether that's a job or a partner or a living situation. It's like you've been like, has little eyes stitched shut, but the other one's open now. I feel like maybe you've had your eyes closed to something for a long time. I definitely feel some cards talking about somebody cheating, like going outside of a marriage. Somebody that's been lying to you for a long time, or a situation that's been bad for a long time and you've been lying to yourself about it. I'm also seeing some energy of like parents dealing with a kid who is like acting out, like drugs or behavioral issues. Usually behavioral issues and drugs go hand in hand. Volatility, lying. It might be actually kind of bad. Like the situation feels kind of dire with like serious stuff, like maybe physical abuse, maybe fear for your very life. And I feel like it's been going on a long time and you haven't told anyone about it. And the guides are showing that the month of March is definitely a time for you to kind of pry open your eyes and see the situation for what it really is. I feel like deep down you know what the situation is and you're just reading for confirmation that it is what it is. Like if you're reading because you're like wondering if you're being cheated on, you're probably being cheated on. You know, like if you're wondering, is this what I would call the A word that ends with oos? Then this would be confirmation that yes, that is going on. You know, those kinds of things. If you're worried about, would this person hurt me or would this person hurt somebody else? Confirmation, yes. I always say that anybody is capable of hurting somebody else. Anybody. It takes the right combination of pressure and stress and anger to make it happen. And so never sit back and be like, oh, that would never happen. Always protect yourself. Always like let the authorities know if you're that worried. Like all of that good stuff is coming through to me right now. Incense is also about like protection, like protecting yourself with smoke. So maybe burn some sage, do some protection rituals over yourself, carry some kind of protection, you know, that kind of energy. All right, let's see what else is going on. So kind of a stressful month of March, my friends. I'm very sorry. Take it to the altar. Ooh. A block exists, yes. And a attune to your needs. Yeah, I feel like some of you need to get some help, for real. I know that sounds like such a cliche, but I care about you, all that stuff. I'm going to say all the things, I care about you. Your guides care about you. This message is coming to you for a reason. If it's not as dire as what we're saying, it's still pretty intense. The amount of emotional toll that this truth is going to take on you, or that it is already taking on you this month. But you need to look at it to fix you. You need to look at it to be okay. You need to remove that block. Okay? You need to listen to your higher power. You need to listen to your intuition. Listen to your higher power. Take it to God. Take it to the altar. Take it to your spirit, your creator, your universe, whatever you want to call it, source, whatever. And attune to your needs. Very important. And that's like not just a goal for March. That's like a goal for life, my friend. Let's see what else we got going on here. 28 with a man. Okay, so part of this is like kind of like man up, like attune to your needs, like be an adult, like stand up for yourself, those kinds of energies. But I'm also feeling like there's like a man in the life of some of these people here that is not a very good man. And there's like cheating going on, the big A stuff going on, and it's no joke. Like, I know that they've probably downplayed and gaslit and told you things were your fault, or that you owned certain aspects, or you misunderstood certain aspects, but you're starting to wake up to the fact that that is not true, that anybody would be horrified by this person's behavior and their actions, and nobody in the free thinking world would be fine with it unless they were scared or just as bad as he is. Okay. So that's also coming through. Oof. Group 4. Yeah. Like facing the truth about somebody, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be somebody else in your life that is male that, comes off as being very well put together, but deep down inside that there's something wrong there. There's that energy coming through. These don't all have to be the same situation. I'm just kind of rambling and saying things out loud. There's been a lot of rodent activity. Look at all these little bats and rats and mices. Mices. I know it's not a word. Okay. In Lenormand cards, mice can be like about like disease or like a festering of some kind. And I feel like there's some kind of a situation that is like festered, and you're starting to like move the crust off your eye and look at the situation for how out of control it might be. This could be anything in your life that feels out of control, that you're having to put a good face up or not look at it right away because it's too upsetting to look at, or because you have to not look at it to kind of move forward and get through your day. Jeez Louise, heavy stuff. There might be some messages, I don't think for sure, but there might be some messages for you in group 2, just in the form of advice. Group 1 might have that as well, just some advice, tips for you on how to move forward in March, about how to bring peace and tranquility into your life and how to fight things. I'm probably going to put some numbers down in the description box. I'm going to write myself a note to do that. I should just do that all the time anyway. Making a habit of it. We'll start that today, maybe. Maybe I'll get good at doing that. I hate putting stuff in description boxes, but if it helps somebody that's in a really bad situation, that's probably a good reason to do it. Okay. Goodness gracious. Well, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm sorry that somebody's lied to you, or there's a truth that's so painful that you would stitch your own eyes shut to not look at it. I've been there. Usually those are things that I don't want to see about somebody I love, or things I don't want to see about myself. Like if I'm abusing something substance-wise, right? Or if I'm abusing food, or, abusing myself by not eating enough food or whatever, like sometimes you don't want to look at that. It's like, yeah, I know I'm not eating enough and I'm going to pass out and get sick if I don't eat, but I've got to do this instead. I've got to do this instead. I got to do this instead. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at that, same thing with like eating too much. Like, this is going to make me sick. This is going to make me unhealthy, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, but I need to boost my mood so I can get through this. I need to have this snack to get through this paperwork. I need to, like that. I need to have this drink to get through this stressful time. I need to take sleeping pills so that I get good sleep during this stressful time. Like, there's that kind of energy coming through as well. And so your guides are saying like things have spiraled out of control to the point where like you need to like be getting help to fix you. And you're starting to wake up to that fact. Okay, well, let's look at your relationships. I keep hiccuping and I apologize. King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, some of you had like somebody really betray you, cheated on you, lied to you. Maybe they've gone in and come out again, like making new promises, and then they break those promises again. You feel like maybe you don't know how to pick people, or that you made a mistake picking this one at least, that kind of energy. It's not a bad realization to make about yourself. I frequently remind myself that I'm a terrible judge of character. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person or a stupid person. It just means that there's something in my people picking abilities that's kind of off kilter for some reason, and there's all kinds of complicated reasons for why that is. I feel like you're dealing with the same kind of deal. There might be like past trauma or past dysfunction in your life that's made it to where your very body language and demeanor like kind of attract toxic people to you, or makes them feel like they'll be able to get away with more with you, etc., which is never easy to look at, but there's nothing wrong with you. Once you figure out there's nothing wrong with you, you just need to see what the combination of energies and behaviors are that bring about these situations. That makes it a little bit easier to swallow and correct, right? Because it takes you're not smart, you don't pick the right people, you do that because your dad did this to you, or whatever, like that's shaming, right? This is more like, let's find out what, if we think of it more in a sense of like how to avoid a predator, or how to avoid a wild animal attack, like, because a deer isn't a predator, but it'll still attack you if the right combination of stresses occur. So like, if you're outside and you're minding your own business, but you trudge up too close to where some little fawns are like hiding, and they're being real quiet, so quiet you don't even see them, and meanwhile mama deer thinks you're maybe a predator that's going to kill her babies. That's a combination of things that happens that leads to you getting pummeled by this deer. Like, so it's a matter of like finding the combinations that are making you get pummeled by life, that are making you get pummeled by these relationships with people. Because I'm feeling like it might not even just be, for some of you, it might not even just be your significant other that's a problem. It could be like a whole group of people at work. It could be a whole group of people in your community. It could be like society as a whole. You're just starting to notice, like, I get treated at the doctor's office like a different way than other people. And it's negative. I get treated differently at the store. I get treated differently at the bank. I get treated differently when I'm trying to get a loan or trying to pay a bill. Like, what is it about me? What is it? Right. And there's an answer. It's just a matter of stripping away what's the combination and stripping away the shame. Okay. So whatever your individual situations are, and you can put them in the comments if you want, and I'll give you suggestions of like, oh, you might be doing this, you might be doing that. It's not like you're doing anything wrong. For example, I apologize way too much. It's a filler word. I do it like I say and like. I do it way too much. And I'm sorry I do it. And predatory, toxic types pick up on that. Their little antennas go up and they think, oh, that's somebody that'll take my garbage and apologize for it. Now, maybe it's not true, and then I say no, and then they pummel me in some other way, right? Like slandering me or gaslighting me, making me feel like I did something wrong to make the situation go wrong between us, right? Because all I want to do is have fun with people. I don't want to have like I'm not out there looking for bad situations or tense situations of any kind. I just want to have love and fun, right? And so I don't realize that there's people out there that are scheming 24/7. I don't think about that. That's not my fault, but it puts a target on me. Okay. Now, do you see how that's not like necessarily a bad thing about me? And I'm not even saying things like, I'm naive. I don't know. I would never do that. So that's why it happens to me. I'm not even saying that. It's just a little thing that I do, a filler word. I'm not actually even really saying sorry or feeling sorry when I say it. It's just this stupid people pleasing thing that I probably started doing as a child to appease one of my parents in some way or appease a mean teacher or some stupid psychological crap like that. And now I have a target on my back. None of those things mean I'm stupid or bad. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get through to you. It's just a matter of what is the combination that caused this result. And that's what we need to look at with your relationships. In the month of March, I feel like you're going to have people either resurfacing or you revisiting this situation that you're thinking about right now, or littler situations with friendships or little less severe, situations coming up that you're like, you're doing this too. Like when you asked me to cover your shift, you phrased it in a way that that I don't do enough around here already. So if I cover your shift, that'll make up for my lacking in some other way. That was you manipulating me when you could have just asked and given me the clear choice of, will I cover your shift or not? Do I feel like doing it? Is it worth my time? Is this person worth my time? Okay. Those types of things are going to come up and help you refine those skills. All right, let's look at job and finance. We kind of just tip into jobs with that last message. 4 of Cups, the Magician in the upside down position, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. For career, I'm seeing you in March, if you put these things into practice and you start looking, and I feel like even if you're resisting this message right now, you're like, that's not true. I don't do that. It's not happening. That your mind is going to become vigilant anyway. You're going to start noticing like, hey, wait a second. Was that what I thought it was? Did they just actually just say that to me? Was that what I just thought it was? Because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what my guys were talking about in that video I watched on YouTube. What the H? Oh no, right? You're going to get fixated and aware, right, of these manipulations that take place around you. And that's what your guides want. And so you're going to start to sort of turn a blind eye to people that disrupt your peace. Some of you are going to turn a blind eye on the reading, and that's fine. And if you stick around for more, thank you. I wonder why. But welcome. Anyway, yeah, that's the combo I feel at work of you like either ignoring people or just ignoring this reading. That's the message I'm getting from this card. I'm seeing you turning away from people manipulating you. I see some of you turning away from me because you think I'm manipulating you. I see you taking action, though, towards not being led at work in March. That is something that I'm seeing, regardless of what those were. You turning against people manipulating you. You're becoming more aware that it's going on, catching it sooner, like that little shift thing we just talked about, or somebody that was feeling crappy about themselves, and then they look over at you and they insult you. It's like, I always like, wow, really? And they go, what? Ha ha ha, it's fine. I'm like, you were just sitting over there talking about how you felt bad, and then you just said that rude thing to me. Was it because you wanted me to feel bad too? And I say it in a kind of a calm, I don't care what you just did way, but like, did you just like come over and just like hawk a lug into my lunch tray, Rebecca? Like, really? Why? What would possess you to do such a thing? And it kind of makes them feel like all of a sudden the eyes are on them, And what do I do? You know, like I see you coming up with little tactics like that, becoming more creative with your responses and just taking less BS from people that don't deserve it. Mm-hmm. Being action oriented. I like it. Let's move on and look at your health for the month of March. You got some conflict there. Oh, and some heartache too. Goodness gracious. And 6 of Pentacles. Okay. This actually feels less about your health and more about the health about somebody you care about. Maybe like an elderly parent for some of you. Somebody whose health affects everybody else. So maybe they also the health of a child. And it causes you to feel heartache and worry and fight with people that you love, like your spouse or your, you know what I mean? The hurt that you feel because of the situation that you're watching this for, you know, this cheating bad man situation, there's some conflict around health and the sense of the conflict that that's bringing into your life. Obvi. That you have a lot of heartache to heal, and your guides are promising that things will balance out. Most of this is like heartache and depression type feelings, anxiety type feelings, sadness, anger, feeling conflicted about whether or not you made the right decisions and those kinds of things. And then there's also somebody out there who's got like a person that you care about whose their health is affecting a lot of other people, including you. And your guys are saying that will also even out in March as well. Okay. Moving along to your spirituality. 10 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 8 of Wands. Yeah. This is starting to become part of the past in March. You're going to start shooting forward spiritually and leave these kinds of feelings in the dust. So like 10 of Swords is like feeling stuck, feeling betrayed, feeling hurt. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse position is like not feeling successful, not feeling okay, feeling alone, feeling hurt, you know, etc. And then this is about fast moving, wonderful, positive change coming your way in March, meaning that these are going to be left in the dust and you're going to search forward into something better. What is that better thing? Spirit, please tell us. Fortune, luck, good stuff all around. Okay, you've got a lot of stuff in front of you for the month of March, Group 4, but I feel confident that your guides are with you. Our good intentions are with you. You are going to be okay. You're going to pass this challenge with flying colors. You're on your way up. 10 of Swords is also about like the worst has already happened and it's going to get better from this point out. So I always want to point that out to people. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. If it was, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We shall see you next time. Take care, my friends. Bye.